Legend of Korra, Season 4, Episode 2, Korra Alone. This is definitely a great episode. I really enjoyed the inner struggle that we got to see Korra go through. And it was really cool to get the past 3 years and see what she went through. And I was glad that they did it that way because it means that they didn't want to split it up. They knew we want to show everything that happened in the past in this episode. We want to even show Toph at the end of this episode. We want to put all those really big moments all in one episode. And it made for an amazing episode. I really loved every part of it. And my favorite part was definitely the inner turmoil that Korra went through with seeing the version of herself that was in the Avatar state at the end of last season that was nearly killed. And the reason I enjoyed that so much, it wasn't just because it was her having her struggle. It was because what she saw was real. Like it was almost like a pseudo spirit because with the two worlds combined, humans can see spirits, but they couldn't see this version of her that she could see, but other spirits could see it. So it was almost a mix between a hallucination and a spirit. So it was something that was there, but it wasn't like powerful enough to be a full spirit. Like it's hard to explain, but I think that was my favorite part. Like it was something that she was physically fighting against, especially at the end of this episode, which was pretty cool to see her struggle. And it was cool to see her struggle in this entire episode. We saw the moments where she was really weak before she could even completely walk, and that was really cool to watch her go through this training with Qatar, which was really well done. It was cool to just get Qatar, and I enjoyed that. Of course, we got to see her kind of give hope to the new Avatar, having known Aang, and she kind of tells her like, could you imagine what Aang went through when he found out he lost his entire nation? And it was just a really cool way to inspire Korra, and she helped her out. She helped her get strong, and Korra still had these issues, and it was cool to see her go through that moment where she thought she was fine, and then when she went through that first battle, when Tenzin came to see her, she still wasn't ready. I think that was the first time she actually had the flashbacks to what happened with Tenzin, and that's when she realized she wasn't ready. And one other really great moment was when she was going to go to Republic City, because I thought initially, as soon as she said that, she was lying the entire time. She knew she was just going to go out on her own and find herself, really. But she was going to go where her friends were. She was going to go and be around everyone that she knew and be where the action was. And then she saw that sort of vision of herself, and it scared her so much she completely turned away from the city. Like she didn't even try. She just saw that, and it ruined everything. It just took her away. So it was just really great to see how much she struggled because of that vision. And it was really cool to see that all the time that we had in between seasons was just captured in this episode. It led right up to present day, and we find out that her actually fighting really was present day, like just happened in the last episode. So that was kind of cool too. We didn't really miss too much of her kind of being on her own. So it recently happened that she had actually gotten to that specific part of the Earth Nation. So I really enjoyed that. One really, really funny moment was when she first landed before she actually went to Republic City, and she got to that little island, and the guy wanted to take her picture, and he mentioned that he took a picture of Aang. I think that was probably my favorite funny moment in the episode. We hardly had any. Like we had like the beginning portion of the flashback with like what Bolin said, but that was so funny to me because he was like making the face, and he was doing the little thing that he did in the last Airbender where he'd always do like that was like his first trick, like, oh, check this out, and he would just spin like a little ball in circles or like two little rocks in circles. So that was really funny to see that, and he just had sushi instead. So I loved that little scene. That was really cool. And then we had Korra go through her first moment where she wasn't really up to being the avatar that she wanted to be. So that was really cool. We got to see her go to the Tree of Time, which was really cool. And the spirits talked to her, like the little spirit that ended up helping her out then was pretty cool. It was just like a cute little spirit kid or something. So I enjoyed that too. But he helped her out at the end, and she goes through this battle with herself, and she's in the swamp that we got from the last Airbender, and it was really interesting. That was another great part. I did not expect all of that to happen in this episode. I thought, okay, this is going to be a recap of everything she went through, and it was. And it was still able to lead us right to the swamp, and we still got to see the cool battle, and we still got to see her meet Toph. And I love that they didn't just do it like we only got to see the back of Toph or anything like that. They actually showed Toph look at her and that was really great too. Like everything she said was really cool. The way she spoke is the same as when she was in the last Airbender, and of course, I think everyone loved the fact that when Korra realized it was Toph, Toph called her Twinkle Toes, so that was cool too. So a lot of cool references to the last Airbender. We actually got to see Aang, so that was cool too. But overall, that was a really great episode. I'm really excited to see what they do in next week's episode. I know a lot of people were kind of thinking it was like gonna be like a Star Wars type of thing because she's in the swamp and she goes to Dagobah and all this stuff, and Toph's gonna be like Yoda and things like that, which it kind of is gonna be like that because they're in the cave and they're gonna be in the swamp and stuff like that. So it'll be funny to see, how many people make all those comparisons and stuff. But that is what it's gonna be like, and I can't wait to see what Toph does as a trainer for the Avatar because we saw how she was with Aang, and that's when she was a little kid. Like she was really in her almost in her prime when you think about it. Like she was in her just set ways where she's the tough, strict leader, and she's just like she just left home. She was really rough and tough with Avatar. She was just teaching them like, hey, do this, do that. She's had tons of time to move beyond that and grow as a human being. She started the schools. She started the police force. She's had kids. So all of that is who she is now. So I can't wait to see how different her training is for Korra compared to how her training was for Aang. So I'm really excited for that. I can't wait to see her just do some cool earthbending because I'm sure she's gonna do some really cool stuff too, and just showing off her skills for whatever random reason, just because they know we'll love it as fans. But it was a great episode. Of course, comment below, let me know what you guys thought about it. Your favorite parts, your least favorite parts, and of course, we have Toph in the episode now. So what do you guys want to see from her next week? Comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.